Hello, creative friends. I received some ink samples in the mail from some of my pen pals, and I thought I would swatch them here with you and go through them. So I was sent Wearinguel's Persephone. Persephone. That's one I swatched the other day that I got myself, not knowing that I was getting a sample. I have a mystery ink. It looks sort of like a purpley pink. That's exciting. I have a Herbin Poussiere de Lune. I do not speak French, so if I said that wrong. And then we have a Montblanc Amethyst Purple. So the reason why this pen pal sent me inks was because I was looking for a dupe to the Lamy Dark Lilac 2014. Or is it 2016? I don't know why I can't get this right. I'm gonna have to Google it. Anyways, and so they had sent me, they didn't have that one, but they sent me purples just so I can kind of try them out. So we'll swatch those. But I also, another pen pal had sent me some samples as well. And so I believe she sent me a bunch of Kitty Inkpot ink. So super thrilled with this as well. And we will swatch these also. So I haven't opened and pulled these out yet, but so we have Kitty Inkpot, Mine Weaves the Begonia. Looks sort of like a browny pink color. Then we have Kitty Inkpot Caramel Almond Waffles. I believe I just ordered a sample of this actually, so I'm super excited to be able to try it now from so-and-so. This one is Kitty Inkpot A Certain Green Tea. Looks like a wonderful green. Then we have Kitty Inkpot Malted Gingerbread at the Market. Oh, so it's probably like a taupey color, taupe brown maybe. Then we have a Zerkon's ink number 75, A House Jumps Over the Red Clouds. I love the names of all these inks. And then we have a Zerkon's number 74, First Snow in Jiangxing. Okay, probably said that wrong also. Apologies. And then we have, the last one is Zerkon's number 58, a million pounds. Cool. I can't wait to try these out. So let's get swatching. Okay, I'm back. The swatches are swatched. This is the Apika 86.5 GSM, and I just didn't like the way the inks looked on this paper. I find the Apika paper is great. It is super silky smooth, but I feel like it absorbs the ink. And I'll contrast it because I did do it on Tomoe River paper because I didn't like how flat it looked on the Apika. So I made it swatched it on the Tomoe River paper. I'll just move this out just slightly here so you can see the difference. And so again, Apika's on the left side, Tomoe River paper is on the right side. And the TRP just has way more dimension for the inks. And so I'm not going to go over this one by one on the Apika, but I will go over it on the Tomoe River paper. And you can kind of see in the background, I'll just kind of put it over here, the difference in the properties displayed in the paper. So first up, we have the Wearinguel Persephone. And I had swatched this the other day in my other video. And I would say I also swatched on Tomoe River paper, and it didn't pick up as much as the glitter, but this sample did, or this swatch did. And I really love the shade of purple in the Wearinguel Persephone. And when it picks up that shimmer, it's super beautiful. Then we have this mystery ink, and this mystery ink is beautiful. It reminds me of Yamabodo Pilot Airoshizuku Budo. Oh my goodness, I can't even say half those words. But I think this one is more pink, and the Yamabudo is more purple, but it's sort of the same color hue. But this one has a blue kind of shimmer to it, which is really pretty. So I don't have enough inks, especially in this color, to sort of do a color match to figure out what it is. And I don't know enough about all the different inks out there to even try to have a solid guess at what this ink is. So if you have an idea, please drop it in the comments and let me know, and I will definitely go check out the swatches online to see if it perhaps is the mystery ink in question. Next up, we have a Jacques Herbin Poussiere de Lune. Probably said that all wrong, but it's a beautiful purple. So I would say this purple from the Wearinguel is a little more cool tone, whereas this one is warmer. But it's a beautiful purple, no shimmer, has just shading, which I like. And sometimes it's nice to just have those inks that don't have the shimmer and the sheen, and just the shading. And I really like that too. It just gives a nice variety, especially for painting. And then next we have the Montblanc Amethyst Purple. And this is also a nice purple as well. It's different, slightly different hued. I would say this is still in the, I would say it's like a blue purple, or maybe it's a pink purple. I don't know. Now my eyes are crossing. Next we have Zerkon's number 74, First Snow in Jiangxing. I don't know, I've never heard of this brand Zerkon's, but I anticipate that it's probably a Chinese brand, or Korean, or an Asian brand, we'll just say. But it's beautiful in this, it's almost like a pale denim blue, I would say, like a smoky pale denim blue. And it definitely has beautiful shading on the Tomoe River paper. You can see in the Apika, it has the shading, but it's just so flat, I find. Next up, we have the Kitty Inkpot Caramel Almond Waffles. And this, when I swatched on the Apika, I was super disappointed because I was really hoping for the different shades and tones to pop out. And it definitely gave me that in the TRP. Again, no shimmer or sheen. The next is Zerkon's number 58 million pounds. This is a beautiful green. It is almost like I would say like a muted jade green is sort of what I would call it. But it has lovely shading, almost has a little bit of brown or olives in the shading. I don't know if you can see that. Then we have the Kitty Inkpot Salted Gingerbread at the Market. This is a beautiful taupey pink base, it looks like, with some darker brown shading, but it also has some like blue tones in there. I'm not sure what color it is. It'll be interesting to paint with it to see what colors actually pull out from the ink itself. And then we have the Kitty Inkpot Wind Weaves the Begonia. This is a beautiful pale, sort of like blush with some dark red edging. I don't know what the edging is actually called, but and it has some shading as well, so it's a lovely color as well. And it seems to write fairly decently, not too light. And then we have Zerkon's number 75, A Noise Jumps Over the Red Clouds. And this one's sort of a red toned pink, I would say. More on the kind of taupey side also. Again, no shimmer, no sheen, but it does have a little bit of shading, but not much, unless I just sampled this weird and it didn't pop out the different properties of the ink. And lastly, we have Kitty Inkpot, A Certain Green Tea. This reminds me of matcha green tea. Maybe that's what A Certain Green Tea alludes to. I'm not sure, but it has some beautiful red undertones with some dark kind of green, tealy, vibrant green. I would say almost like emerald green edging, which is really cool. And I love how you can see the writing sample, or like the little squiggly line sample. It picks up some of that color using a broader nib with the TRP paper. So overall, super thrilled with the samples that I received from my pen pals. I really love swapping with my friends and just getting different samples, and it's just a great way to try new inks without investing heavily into bottles, because you know, even a 12 ml bottle will last you for quite a long time if you think about how large, you know, different converters or pen reservoirs can be. Some are bigger than others, but most are like 1 to 2 mils, and so it will last you quite a bit. So, and then if you're buying anything bigger than like a 12 ml bottle, like an 80 ml or plus, you definitely have a long time of usage with those bottles. But overall, loving this. Love the TRP paper more. I think now that I've kind of tried a bunch of different papers, I think going forward I would likely lean towards the TRP for any sort of future swatching and whatnot and stuff, and writing and whatnot. So that's sort of what I've got today. Let me know what your favorites were from today, whether you prefer the Pika or the TRP, and what you think the mystery ink is, because that would be really interesting to maybe sort of get a color match. Anyways, I hope you have a great night or day wherever you are. Stay safe and have a wonderful evening.